Alright, today we are talking about gustar and how to conjugate gustar. It's a little different than the regular ones. As you know, gustar means to like, or at least that's how it is translated. Alright, so to conjugate gustar, it is actually just like the other ones. You take off the AR, and then you add your endings, which would be o, as, a, amos, an. The difference is, and this is where it's a little bit tricky, gustar, although it translates to like, it actually means to please, which completely changes the way that it's used. So if I said, I like burritos, you conjugate like for I. But if you say please, I don't please the burritos please me. And so gustar actually means to please, and keep that in mind, because that's really, really important. So gustar means to please, and as I've already mentioned a couple of times, it's really important to remember that it means to please and not to like, although we translate it, I like. So here are a couple of sample sentences that explain why this is so important to remember that it means to please and not to like. Alright, so with these sentences, I like the car. The verb to like is conjugated for I, right? Whereas please is conjugated for the car. And so if we conjugated the verb gustar as if it meant like, you would say yo gusto el carro. But then if it means to please, then we would conjugate gustar for the car, which would be gusta. And so if we say gusto, that's going to be similar to saying I likes the car. And that's not what, or I'm sorry, the car pleased me, and that's not what we need to say. We need to say it pleases me. So the verb gustar means to please, and it conjugates like this, as we've seen. So I please would be gusto, you please would be gustas, he or she or it pleases would be gusta, we please would be gustamos, they please would be, that should be gustan. So almost every single sentence that you will ever use that expresses to please, or the idea of to like, the verb gustar is going to conjugate in either gusta or gustan, right? So I like the car would be it, so it would be this. I like the books, there's more than one thing, and so it would be gustan. I like burritos, that would be gustan. I like her, that'd be gusta, although really you use a different verb to express that, but we'll just stick with gusta for now. Yeah, so almost every single thing that you use is going to be gusta or gustan, and the reason for that is you say it pleases me or they please me. You usually don't say you please me or we please you or whatever. You can say those things, but usually it's just going to be gusta or gustan, right? So if you say gusta, that'd be saying it pleases. And then we have to say to me, or to you, or to he or she, or to us, or to them. And so we use one of these two forms with, well, it's called an indirect object pronoun. You'll learn about it later. For right now, you just have to memorize it. But me, te, le, nos, les. So me means to me, te means to you, le means to he, or to him, or to her, or to you formal, or to it. Nos would be to us, les would be to them, or to all of you. So essentially, your construction of to like is going to look like this. You're going to use one of these, and then you're going to use one of these. So you have to ask yourself, what's doing the pleasing? All right. So if it's one thing, it's going to be gusta. If it is more than one thing, then it's going to be gustan, right? If it's pleasing to me, it'd be me. If it's pleasing to you, it'd be te. If it's pleasing to him or her, or to you formal, it'd be le. Us would be nos. All of you, or them would be les. So if you said, I like cars, what's during the pleasing? The cars are. There's more than one car, so we're going to say gustan. It's pleasing to me, so we're going to use me. And you put the me before the gustan, and you put the thing that you like, you put it after the verb. So I know this is kind of weird, it's counterintuitive, but this is what you do. So if we said, I like cars, you're going to say, me gustan los carros. So for a literal translation, what this is saying is, to me, please the cars, right? We would say, I like the cars. But you don't say, yo gusto los carros, you say, me gustan los carros. So the cars are pleasing to me. Okay, for this sentence, you like the baby. What's doing the pleasing? The baby is. So there's one baby. We're going to use gusta. And then who's it pleasing to? It's pleasing to you. So we're going to use te. So what we're going to say is, to you pleases the baby. In this sentence, we like to draw. The thing that's doing the pleasing is to draw. There's one to draw. And so we're going to use gusta. And then who is it pleasing to? It's pleasing to us. So we're going to use nos. So we're going to say, to us pleases, or it's pleasing to draw. And then to draw is dibujar. We keep it dibujar because we say to draw, and we have two verbs. Gustar is one, dibujar is another one, and I realized that I did not change something. This should be gusta, not gustar. Alright, because we conjugate gustar, take off the AR, and then to draw is one thing, so it's gusta. So nos gusta dibujar. Okay, this one's a little bit trickier because we add don't. So it's not that they like tests, they don't like tests. And so if you remember when we were talking about AR verbs, if you want to say you don't do something, you just add no in front of the verb. In this case, we have this here, and so we're going to add the no in front of that and the verb. No, it shouldn't be no, so it should be just no. Okay, so if we want to say I don't like, it would be no me gusta. You don't like would be no te gusta. He or she doesn't like would be no le gusta. We don't like would be no nos gusta. They don't like would be no les gusta. And if you want to make it positive, they do like, you just say me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, les gusta. But if you want to make it negative, you just add the no. So in this case, we're going to say no. And then who's it pleasing to them? Or who is it pleasing? It's pleasing to them. Or I'm sorry, it's not pleasing to them. So it's to them it's not pleasing. So tests, we have more than one test, so it's going to be gustan. And then whatever it is. So no les gustan los exámenes. They don't like the tests, or the tests aren't pleasing to them. It's literally what you're saying. Alright, at this point, you're going to do a couple of pre-practice practice sentences to make sure that you're getting it, and then we'll do a little bit more practice before we are done. So you have two sentences here. You like geography, and I like music. I want you to pause the video and translate these sentences. Notice that in the top right hand corner I've included the me, te, le, nos, les, and the gusta and the gustan for you for easy access. Pause the video and translate these sentences. Alright, for number 1, you have to ask yourself 2 things. What's doing the pleasing? The geography is pleasing. Who's it pleasing to? It's pleasing to you. And so to you is going to be te. Pleases, the geography pleases. So it's going to be gusta, because there's only one thing. And then we're going to say la geografía. Alright, for the second one, I like music. Got to ask what's doing the pleasing. The music is. Who's it pleasing to? It's pleasing to me. So we're going to say me gusta la música. Okay, we got one música, so just gusta. It's pleasing to me, so we say me.